Hi everybody, welcome to Unit 2 of COM561. This is where we get to move into Illustrator, which makes me very excited because it is my favorite of the Adobe programs. This is not necessarily how all students in this course usually feel. Illustrator can be a lot less intuitive than some of the other programs, and it can be kind of frustrating as well. So I have a couple tips for you, and I also want to explain why I like it so much. So this is where we're going to be creating a logo project, and Illustrator is extremely versatile in creating shapes that you can then transform in many ways. So every time you do something, you can adjust the shapes you're creating. So a few things to keep in mind with that, but first of all, normally I also like this unit because I have this awesome Illustrator shirt, which is like this. Those are the align tools, and you'll learn how to use those. And normally I would be wearing it, but I'm 5 months pregnant and it does not fit at all. So before we get started, a few key points about Illustrator. So number one, Illustrator is based on points, lines, and curves. So what that means is that if you remember concepts from, whatever geometry classes you've taken in the past, it's going to make more sense. It's based on math, really. If you don't remember any of that stuff, it doesn't matter. You don't need to know the math. The important thing is just that you need to think in shapes. It's like creating things out of a lot of little pieces. So rather than thinking about Photoshop, you can swipe, you're using the paintbrush a lot. This is more like creating things from pieces of construction paper, or even fabric or Legos, thinking in little pieces. Number two, do not use the eraser tool. There is an eraser tool. It's not going to do what you would expect. Illustrator doesn't work with pixels, so it's not just taking away little pieces of your project. It's changing the shapes that underlie them. So don't do it. Number three, rely on your layers palette. So this is where you can see all the little pieces that are building your project, and you can organize them into layers. You can also select them from there, but that is going to be a lifesaver as far as figuring out what the little pieces are that you have and what you can do with them. So I am really hopeful that you will enjoy Illustrator a lot, but if you don't, or if you have trouble with it, please let me know. I am so happy to help you figure out some of this. It can definitely be frustrating, but it can also be really rewarding as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys all create.